Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to K.O.W. Friday Night Fights. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a real special treat because tonight there's recently been a new tag team debuted, or formed rather, in these two. The Zach boys and these two guys have not really had a whole lot of success here in K.O.W. Zach East, or Zachary East rather, has failed twice to hold on to a number one contendership, and Zach Higgins, well, hasn't really been seen in a long while, and so instead tonight, and so they decided, we're going to change things up and perhaps go for some tag team title gold. And since the Sages of Savagery put Kyle Kane on the injured reserve list for now, that means we need new number one contenders. And so these two guys formed a tag team, and it looks like they're excited at this opportunity to take on their opponents tonight for the number one contendership to the tag team titles at Clash of Immortals. And so Zach Higgins on your right and Zachary East that far left. And now they're going to take on some opponents who also haven't done a whole lot since showing up here. However, thanks to an impressive performance on Sunday's showdown by Clayton Cross, earned them the eyes they needed to get into this match. And so the Stupidity crew is here for some tag team action, and perhaps tonight they can become number one contenders to the tag titles. Now, some of you may or may not be wondering, what about Hunter Faze and Ethan Skade, who originally were in the first number one contendership match? Well, I can actually answer that question, because Hunter Faze and Ethan Skade, well, they didn't want to be a part of the tag team division. Hunter Faze, of course, kind of angry about the fact that he gave up his spot in the Fatal 4-Way for the world title, and the person who replaced him ultimately got an advantage that he did lose and screw up in a one-on-one match. However, he didn't win that. So Hunter Faze is a little bitter, and he wanted nothing to do with the tag team division after he claims Ethan Skade screwed it up last time. He didn't want to partner with him again, and Ethan Skade kind of felt the same way towards Hunter Faze. And so tonight, we get these two teams, Zach Higgins and Zachary East, taking on Dylan Mays and Marty Wells of the Stupidity crew. And right out the gate, Dylan Mays on fire, goes for an early pin, but Zach does indeed kick out. Huge kick to the back. Now sends Zach Higgins into the corner. Big spear in the corner. And a huge headbutt, putting down Zach Higgins. And now sending Zach Higgins into the corner. Oh, and now Zach counters on Dylan Mays, picks him up. And now Dylan Mays counters on Zach Higgins. Now sends Zach Higgins into the corner. And now Zach Higgins countering on Dylan Mays before putting him down to the mat. And now picks him up. And Dylan Mays sending him into the corner. Oh, huge spine buster in the middle of the ring. Goes for the pin. Not even a one count. Oh, huge natural selection on Zach Higgins. And Zach Higgins taking a beating here in the early going. Oh, and counters Dylan Mays into a big spine buster. And now Dylan Mays countering Zach Higgins. Oh, Zach Higgins now countering Dylan Mays. And now Zach Higgins makes his way into the ring. Picks him up. Carries him to the ropes before hanging him up on the ropes. And now it is Zach Higgins in control. Oh, big belly to belly. Big belly to belly suplex. And follows that up with a big backbreaker. And now it is Dylan Mays in trouble. Takes him to the middle of the ring, now picking him up. And now Dylan Mays counters and puts Zach Higgins down. Now making a tag to Marty Wells, who comes in. And Marty Wells, smart tag team wrestling, getting in between Zachary East and Zach Higgins. Drops a couple of elbows. And now sends Zach Higgins into the corner. Puts him up on the top rope, perhaps into the Tree of Woe. Oh, but Zach Higgins, who fights out of the Tree of Woe. And now Marty Wells countering Zach Higgins. Oh, big suplex. And stops whatever he was going for there with a big elbow. And now going up to the top rope. Perhaps some high-risk offense here. Oh. Huge splash. Huge, huge splash. And a big swinging neck breaker. And now Marty Wells picking him up. But it's Zach Higgins who counters with a big side suplex. And of course, Zach Higgins now the one in trouble. Oh, big clothesline for Zach Higgins. Now picking up Marty Wells. And a big backbreaker on the Marty Wells, who escapes ringside. And now it's Zachary East going after Marty Wells, not allowing him to escape. Throws him back in to Zach Higgins. Oh. Huge clubbing blow followed by a big kick. And now Zach Higgins dragging him to the middle of the ring. Perhaps something big planned. Big stomp to the back. Oh, huge elbow. Goes for the pin off the elbow. One. Only a 1 count. Oh, big kick to the gut of Marty Wells. And now Marty Wells sending Zachary East into his corner. Tag made to Dylan Mays. Some teamwork. Oh. Working the arm of Zachary East before dropping him square on his head. And now Dylan Mays in control. And now sending Zachary East into the turnbuckle, and Zachary East puts Dylan Mays down with a big DDT. Now picks him up. And now Dylan Mays makes the tag to Marty Wells. Good tag team action. Sending Zach to the ropes. Oh, and a huge super kick straight to the face of Zachary East. Goes for the pin on Zachary East. One. Only a 1 count. Oh, big kick to the back. And a big punch to the skull of Zachary East. Now Marty Wells sending Zachary East into the corner and a big punch in the corner. Oh. And stomps right on his lower back. And now it's Zachary East countering. Marty Wells counters. Taking advantage. Huge backbreaker. Huge, huge backbreaker. And now it's Marty Wells trying to recover. Oh, and Zach Higgins. Big running kick. Another big running kick. A third big running kick. Now picks up Marty Wells. Big spine buster on Marty Wells. Big, big spine buster on Marty Wells. And now the Stupidity crew potentially in trouble. No, big knee lift. Big knee lift by Zach Higgins. Needs a moment to recover. A lot of energy spent. And now Marty Wells fighting his way out of Zach Higgins. Makes the tag, a very desperate perhaps tag, to Dylan Mays. And now Dylan Mays gets him up. And a big back body drop. Dylan Mays now picks him up. Oh, perhaps looking for something big. Got a big counter. And Zach Higgins puts him down with a big slam. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. And the Zach boys knock off the Stupidity crew to become the #1 contenders to the tag team titles. Look at that. Zach Higgins and Zachary East, the Zach boys, become your new #1 contenders to the K.O.W. tag team titles. And now the question is, can Zachary East keep the #1 contendership? This is his third #1 contendership, 2 of which he has lost. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our second match of the evening. And it's a big match that we've got for you because, well, tonight we have a main event match of the women's tag team extravaganza, but even this match could be called a bigger match than that because we're going to get to see some K.O.W. world title action from the world champion, that is. This is not a world title match, and so Adam Less, who has been saying a lot on Twitter lately that he thinks it's funny that everybody is talking about Clash of Immortals and how it's the biggest show for K.O.W., and yet he's not on it. Therefore, it can't be that big. And so Dylan Styles responded back on Twitter saying, listen, you want to be at Clash of Immortals? I'll give you an opportunity. Beat me tonight, and I will give you a match at Clash of Immortals. And so Adam Less accepted the challenge, and tonight, well, he gets to take on the K.O.W. World Champion, who has a very new World Championship title. And Adam Less ready for the World Champion. And so now he anxiously awaits the World Champion, and there he is. The K.O.W. World Champion. And the K.O.W. World Champion, of course, looking for some competition. He has a man who's held gold like him before, and David Reich as the #1 contender to his title, and so he's probably going to need all of the time in the ring he can get for his huge match at Clash of Immortals, where he gets to defend his world title against David Reich in what promises to be an amazing match. But he tonight gets to focus on Adam Less, and perhaps Adam Less biting off a little more than he can chew by accepting this challenge from the man capable of doing extraordinary things, Dylan Styles. And so Dylan Styles, of course, ready, pumped up to perform. And so here we go. Adam Less, for a chance to be at Clash of Immortals, has to knock off the world champ. Oh, right off the bat. Huge kick. Sends Adam Less into the corner and takes him down with a huge clothesline. And already beginning to seem like Adam Less has taken more than he can chew. Oh, huge slam. Oh, straight punch. Clubbing blow. a second clubbing blow, and a third clubbing blow, and a fourth clubbing blow, putting down Adam Less. And now it's Adam Less countering the world champ, and the world champ counters him. And now another big slam in the middle of the ring. And Dylan Styles exciting the people. Oh, huge double axe handle to the back of Adam Less. And now sending Adam Less into the ropes. Oh, and a huge knee lift to the gut. And now a huge DDT, putting down Adam Less, who rolls to the outside. And of course, trying to escape the world champion. Oh, but he gets hung up on the ropes. Now the world champ going up top. Something big perhaps in the makes. Huge elbow. Huge elbow on the Adam Less. And out the gate, the world champ on fire. And now puts Adam Less back in the ring. Picks him up. Perhaps got something big in plan. Oh, hangs him up on the rope. And that is not good for Adam Less. Adam Less countering. And now he's got the K.O.W. World Champ in trouble. Big snap suplex on the K.O.W. World Champion. And now the K.O.W. World Champion goes to get a respite. And now goes after Adam Less and puts him down. And perhaps now he can take a huge advantage. Perhaps now is the time. Oh, huge kick to the back. And now cradles him up in the corner, goes for a cradle pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count for Adam Less. Oh, huge clothesline. Now dragging him towards the middle of the ring. And now he's calling for it. Could it be time for a huge King Slayer? King Slayer busting open Adam Less. 1, 2, 3. Dylan Styles knocks off Adam Less. And Adam Less will not be getting a match at the grandest stage in pro wrestling history, Clash of Immortals. And it's all thanks to the unstoppable, or rather the man who can do just about anything, K.O.W. World Champion Dylan Styles. And Dylan Styles, of course, proving once again, like he does every time, why he is the K.O.W. World Champion. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for our main event. And it's time for some women's tag team extravaganza action. And Sam Kentt making her way down to the ring now. Of course, I believe the last time we seen Sam Kentt and Rebecca Monroe, they were victorious against their opponents. And so tonight, perhaps looking to continue that streak against a team who had to compete just a few short days ago. We'll get to them in a minute. But right now, we can actually talk about that this is the E-block action of the women's tag team extravaganza. 2 blocks left, the E-block and the F-block. Now, the E-block is, of course, starting right now. This is the first match of the E-block. But the thing to keep in mind here is this. If Bad and Backwoods win their E-block match, which will be them taking on the team of Haley J and Samantha Coach. If they win that match, and the Cosplay Bays win their E-block match, which is, of course, against Aaron Cassidy and Morgan Shea on Sunday, it will all come down to the F block of the women's tag team extravaganza. The F block of the women's tag team extravaganza will see the Cosplay Bays take on Sara, Gobb, and Kayla. If the Cosplay Bays win that match, they will need Bad and Backwoods to lose their F block match against Aaron Cassidy and Morgan Shea in order for them to have a chance at the tag titles. So what this effectively means is that if all of that happens, it will be the Cosplay Bays versus Bad and Backwoods in a rematch in the finals of the women's tag team extravaganza to determine the last team to qualify for the tag titles. However, if that does not happen and Bad and Backwoods win all of their matches, they will automatically qualify without having to do a finals match. However, if Bad and Backwoods loses both of their E and F block matches and the Cosplay Bays win their E and F block matches, it will be the Cosplay Bays who will advance. However, if both the Cosplay Bays and Bad and Backwoods fail to win their next two matches, Sara, Gobb, and Kayla or Sam Kentt and Rebecca Monroe can still win this. So tonight's match in the E block still, at least for these two teams, still means everything. Now, if Bad and Backwoods and Cosplay Bays win their E-block matches, they will automatically eliminate Kayla and Sara Gobb along with Sam Kentt and Rebecca Monroe. The losers of tonight's match between Sam Kentt and Rebecca Monroe and then Sara Gobb and Kayla they will no longer have a shot. The winner, however, will. So let me correct myself from earlier. If the Cosplay Bays and Bad and Backwoods win their E-block match, the winner of this match will be eliminated regardless. However, if they both lose, the winners of this match could see themselves in a triple threat scenario for the qualifying title match. However, that really relies on the Cosplay Bays and Bad and Backwoods, two teams who have been dominant in this women's tag team extravaganza, to lose. And I don't see that happening, especially considering the two remaining matches for the Cosplay Bays is Aaron Cassidy and Morgan Shea in the E block, and then Sara Gobb and Kayla in the F block. Now, it's possible Sara Gobb and Kayla could knock them off in the F block, but it wouldn't matter at that point. However, Bad and Backwoods' opponents, or the next two teams they face, rather, are the team of Haley J and Samantha Coach, a team that it very could possibly knock off Bad and Backwoods. And then in the F block, they face Aaron Cassidy and Morgan Shea. So, everything is still to play for in this match, and any one of these four teams, these two, and then the undefeated Bad and Backwoods, and the nearly undefeated Cosplay Bays, can still qualify for the tag team titles. So as you can see, a lot still riding in this women's tag team extravaganza. For everybody else, though, it's basically about pride and showing the people who should be in the women's fatal four-way elimination match for the first ever women's light heavyweight champion. Speaking of, two huge announcements that I can now make for you guys. First of all, the first person, well, two huge announcements and one update, rather. The first huge announcement is that congratulations to Jennifer Pace, who has become the first fan-voted woman to get into the Fatal 4-Way elimination match for the Women's Light Heavyweight Championship. So she will be in there along with three other competitors that you guys vote into that match. And quick injury update on the women's champion, K.O.W. At this time, we can report that the medical team has figured out her injuries and has given us an approximate recovery period for K.O.W. At this time, unfortunately, there is no possibility of her returning anytime before Clash of Immortals. The doctors and medical staff has said that it's possible she could be back just in time for Clash of Immortals, but it is highly, highly unlikely that such a thing will actually happen. So perhaps we will see Ivory West become women's champion without even having to beat K.O.W. Now for our second huge announcement. After Clash of Immortals, there will be a big switch up to K.O.W. Friday Night Fights and Sunday Showdown. And they're pretty big changes. First of all, K.O.W. Friday Night Fights will become the men's exclusive show where you will see all the action from the men's division, such as the K.O.W. Heavyweight Championship, the K.O.W. Infinite title, the men's tag team titles. And Sunday Showdown will become the women's exclusive show where you will see all of the women's actions from women's tag team titles to the women's championship to the light heavyweight championship. So that is a huge change. But not only that, also K.O.W. Friday Night Fights and Sunday Showdown will become an even longer show, because starting after Clash of Immortals in February, it will be 4 matches instead of 3 matches. So there you go, ladies and gents. Some huge announcements from General Manager Sherman, rather. And now we have a little bit clearer of a picture as well on that fatal 4-way elimination match for the Women's Light Heavyweight Championship. But focusing back now on the action, Kayla and Sara Gobb now looking to win this match. Kayla fighting hard, goes for a pin and gets nothing. And now Kayla no, wait, never mind. Rebecca Monroe takes control, but it's Kayla who capitalizes. Rebecca Monroe once again making her pay for it. Picks her up. And now Kayla escaping the big pump handle slam. Oh, and drops Rebecca Monroe on her back. Now perhaps going up top. That's a long way for Kayla to go. Will it pay off? It does. Huge shooting star press by Kayla. And after a stomp to Rebecca Monroe, tags in Sara Gobb. Sara Gobb now gets her opportunity at Rebecca Monroe. All of this is still to play for here in the Women's Tag Team Extravaganza. And Sara Gobb is going to need to get Rebecca Monroe away from her corner, ideally. And now Sara Gobb sends Rebecca Monroe into her corner. And it is Rebecca Monroe with a big Iranagi takedown. Oh, a huge kick to the back of Sara Gobb. Picks her up. Sara Gobb now counters. And a huge backbreaker onto Rebecca Monroe. And now straight punches to the face. And some more straight punches to the face, continuing to work that head. Perhaps looking to bust her open even. And a huge swinging neck breaker on Rebecca Monroe. Goes for the pin off the swinging neck breaker. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Now picks her up. And now, perhaps we're going to see it. Oh, huge power bomb. Huge power bomb. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count thanks to Sam Kentt, who breaks it up. And now Sam Kentt needs to make her way out of the ring. Huge tag to Kayla May. Kayla May now coming in. Oh, big Hurricane Rana. Oh, mad disrespect to Rebecca Monroe. Picks her up. And a big inverted Hurricane Rana. Big inverted Hurricane Rana. Now picks her up. Oh, and it is Rebecca Monroe who counters. Big takedown for Rebecca Monroe. Signaling for something big perhaps now on Kayla May. This could be huge. Kayla May counters. Oh. And a big Hurricane Rana. Now going for the pin off of the Hurricane Rana. 1. Rope break for Rebecca Monroe. Lucky break that Kayla May got a little sloppy. Big elbows to the head by Kayla May. Even more disrespect to Rebecca Monroe. Now picks her up. Big inverted Hurricane Rana. Dropping her right on her head and neck. Rolls her over. Goes for the pin off the inverted Hurricane Rana. 1, 2. No, only a 2 count. Now picks her up. And now it's Rebecca Monroe taking advantage. Oh. Puts Kayla May down. Now in the corner. Perhaps looking for something huge here. And then Kayla May turns it into a huge DDT. Huge DDT. And face plant. Mayday version 2. Mayday version 2. Takes out Sam Kentt. Rolls over Rebecca Monroe. 1, 2, 3. Kayla May and Sara Gobb knock off Sam Kentt and Rebecca Monroe in a huge, huge win. And this team is working well together even after being thrown into a surprise tag team. They continue to roll on, and now they need both the Cosplay Bays and Bad and Backwoods to lose their next match. Everything rides on that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for Friday Night Fights. Huge announcements. K.O.W. Friday Night Fights and Sunday Showdowns getting 1 extra match. Sunday Showdown turning into a women's only show in February. Friday Night Fights, a men's only show in February. And congratulations to Jennifer Pace, who has been named the first of 4 competitors in the women's Fatal 4-Way Elimination match for the Women's Light Heavyweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. Remember to subscribe here to the Purple Sherman's YouTube channel for all of your K.O.W. action. And we'll see you on Sunday Showdown.